Hey, welcome to the Pharmacy Residency Podcast, a member of the Pharmacy Podcast Network. Again, if you need help with your Phase 2 application, go to residency.teachable.com. I can help you with that. Also, I've been helping a lot of people with their job applications, so just sign up for the Letter of Intent course, and I'll help you with the cover letter. Cover letter is just a letter of intent to really a position, but I get that there's a little bit of a difference between them, and I understand the difference, but if you want help with a cover letter and you're a PGY1 or PGY2 that's graduating, I can help you with those too. Okay, let's talk about rankings and how many you're supposed to rank and all of that stuff. And there's a Reddit post that I think is both helpful and hurtful at the same time. And I want to kind of explain what you really want to look at. When you're looking at the first thing, which is interview percent, there's always a comparison factor. Oh my gosh, this person applied to 7 sites and got 7 interviews. This person applied to 6 sites and got 6 interviews. Well, you're often less likely to post on something like that if you got, you had 20 applications and you got 1 interview. Although there are a couple that are kind of in that boat. But for the most part, you're going to see them have a little bit higher range of interview percent. The other thing you're also going to see is that a lot of them are PGY2s, and they're mixed in there, and some don't say that they're PGY2, but just know that the PGY2 match percent is 10% more, and the interview percent is quite a bit higher as well. So when you're looking at this, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, let's talk about what your situation is. And for the most part, most people accepted almost every interview. Some people rejected maybe 1 interview. But for the most part, people are taking the interview, going to the interview, and then moving on to the rank. And so now what we want to talk about is, given X number of interviews, how many do people rank? And if you look at this, it's almost half. So you've got 36, because it's 3 minus 2. So there's 36 of them here, and half 36 is 18. So a little bit more than half, maybe 60%, are ranking 100% of the sites that they interviewed at. Okay, so we'll just put a little green guy here for 100%. The next you're going to see is, here's a group that likes to say we're just going to not rank 1. Okay, so we'll just put those guys in yellow just to give some contrast. Okay, so you can look at this, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 out of the 36, about a quarter are saying, well, I had all these interviews. There's one that really I just didn't feel very good about. Even somebody that only had 5 interviews is only going to rank 4. But someone that had 19 interviews is going to rank 18. And again, that's kind of the outside of the norm to get that many interviews. Unless it was PGY2, but that would be really tough to even find 19 PGY2s in your specialty that you would want to go to. And then this is a little bit unusual. We can go through these and make sure that we're going to get all the ones that are just deciding not to rank 1. So here, 1, 1, 1, and then these are actually deciding not to rank more than 1. And you can see that that is really unusual relative to the others. And I'm going to put this in orange just because it's easier to see the contrast. Okay, so we can do some quick math here. So the 100% represents 3 to 22, so that's 19. So equal sum, 19 over 36. Okay, that's 52% are ranking 100%. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 12 equal sum, 12 over 36. Okay, that's going to be ranking 33. And then equal sum 4 out of 36. Okay, that's 11% are going to rank less than. So let's actually just write this out. Ranking all sites all sites they interviewed at, ranked all but one site they interviewed at, ranked all but two or more sites they interviewed at. Dangling participle is going to drive me crazy, but okay. AT. Oh my gosh. All right, yes. AT, not 1T. Good Lord. Okay, there we go. All right, and let's make this a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see, and put the percentage here. Okay, so those are percentage now, and we'll make this a lot bigger. We'll see what it does to the... Yeah, it's going to mess everything up there. All right, so we'll just bold it. Okay. So the kind of summary of all this is, you know, as these people applied for the sites, you're going to have this kind of skewing where people that got lots of interviews are more likely to post than people that didn't. They did mention ghosting. Ghosting is just not getting a rejection or an acceptance. It's rejection by default. The rate of ghosting is much lower than it was before, where they were kind of overwhelmed during the pandemic, but it looks like most people are getting some kind of response. But half the time, you're going to rank all the sites. And I think that number is actually going to probably be higher because I think there are a lot more people that have one or two sites that they interviewed at. 33% ranked all but one site, and that's understandable when you're probably like around 5 or 6 interviews. Once you get to that 5 or 6 threshold, that's when you might say, yeah, you know, I'm really not feeling it with one of them. That seems, you know, like someplace I really wouldn't want to go. And then 11% ranked all but 2 or more sites. And this is, again, unusual, maybe 1 in 10. And I think that those are mostly PGY2s that are doing that, where they're saying no to more than 2 sites. So, all right, well, if you need my help, residency.teachable.com. Otherwise, you can contact me at tonythepharmacist@gmail.com. Hope this was helpful.